are back here on 24/7 Kansas City Sports. I'm your host, as always, Miles Dawkins. It is Muy Caliente up in here. That's right, this show is so hot, you need sunblock just to listen to it. I am joined, as always, by Living from 510, GM of the Kansas City Royals. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. Don't say how you doing back to me like that before I call sexual harassment lawsuit on you. Now, last time, yeah, it is your bad. Last time we talked, you guys were going into a Detroit Tigers series. Y'all did pretty well. Y'all got a big win over Justin Verlander, 6-3. Tell me how you guys were able to just get the bats going versus an ace like him.
It was surprising, to say the least. I mean, that's something that we really preached before that game was get the bat on the ball. Obviously, taking pitches against him is not the best idea because he's going to throw strikes. You know, I mean, you need to hit the ball early in the count. You don't want to fall behind. And luckily, we were able to, jump on Justin Verlander, and not a lot of teams can say that they've done that. So it was a great win for us.
Yeah, I must say that was the most impressive win of the season so far. Santana, 7 innings pitched, 7 Ks, only gave him 2 earned runs. But let's jump into this Indians series because the first game I was very, very impressed. The Indians came in with the second best record in the AL Central. Of course, you guys were in first in the AL Central. You guys handled them. It was a 2-3 win in the extra innings. Finished that game in the 12th. Shields went 8 innings deep. Very impressive. Crow came out of the bullpen. He did his things. What are your thoughts on that win?
It was a great way to show the rest of the Central that maybe we're not a joke. I mean, the landscape has shifted. Now it's the Royals and the Indians at first, and the Detroit Tigers and Chicago White Sox toward the bottom of the division. So it was great to kind of showcase that we are the better of the two. Yeah, it was a great win for us. I'm very happy with that.
That was a great win, but now we got to talk about the rest of the series. So pump your brakes right there and talk about y'all the best. We need to calm that down because the last 3 games, it was a 4-game series. The last 3 games, y'all lost. I mean, Tim Collins blew another save. Pitching was just trash in Game 3. In Game 4, the bullpen was trash as well. So is the pitching your Achilles heel or can it be a strength going forward?
I hope that the pitching is going to be a strength for us, but so far it's really been hurting us. I mean, the offense has been producing, and when you get toward the later innings, you hope that the bullpen can hold it. They're not holding it. It's starting to frustrate the offense, starting to frustrate the coaches, the fans, everyone in Kansas City. What I had to do is I went out and I signed Joey Devine just to help the bullpen a little bit. Hopefully he can come in and be that kind of setup guy. But at the end of the day, we need our bullpen to perform. We need our pitching staff to perform because our offense is not the best. I mean, Billy Butler's still out for about another week. So we really just need to hold off and, just hope that our bullpen can perform a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. And throughout the season, there are going to be injuries and setbacks. It's a long season, It's not a sprint. We all know it's a marathon. But one of the questions I did receive via Twitter was, what are you doing when it comes to picking up players that nobody really wants? We know Kansas City's a small market. We know we kind of can't be, choosers, because we're all begging for players to come here. But when you pick up a guy like Jamel Weeks, who nobody really wants, CC, Chris Carter, he's doing well, but nobody really wanted him outside the Astros. And now you pick up Joey Devine. What are you telling the fan base with moves like this?
You hit the nail right on the head. We can't go after the big guys, so we're going to have to go up after these guys who a lot of people may not be that high on. But at the end of the day, what we're trying to do with these guys is trying to fit them in the holes where we have those openings. We've had trouble stealing bases. We get Jamel Weeks. We don't expect Jamel Weeks to be the starting second baseman for years and years to come. We don't expect him to be hitting 300, but we do expect him to create havoc on the base paths and maybe motivate some more people to steal bases. Joey Devine, again, a guy who has had some success in the past. Injuries have plagued his career so far, but again, if he can produce, maybe motivate some other guys to be better pitchers in the bullpen, then that can help our team overall. Again, guys to just be motivation, not really starters, but just motivation for the rest of the team.
All right, man. Well, I'm not one to disagree with you. I had to let you know what the fans were saying. I think you're doing a great job. Some of the moves I have questioned, but all in all, you guys are on first place in the AL Central. So I want to thank you for joining me as always.
No problem, man. Anytime.
Make sure you guys tune in for the next game as Santana is going to be taking on Hellickson as Tampa Bay is in the town to take on the Royals. And up next, I'm going behind enemy lines as I actually welcome the GM of the Tampa Bay Rays in the studios. I'm going to be picking his brain a little bit. Andrew Friedman is coming up next. Make sure you stay tuned for that.
Of all the teams that we're looking to rebound against, it has to be the Tampa Bay Rays and Jeremy Hellickson. This guy throws absolute gas. And what's crazy is if we were in the East, we would be in last place. But we're not. We're in the Central, luckily, so we are in first place. But that was a disastrous series against Cleveland. I don't know what happened. The pitching was terrible. The offense was not where I wanted it to be. Ervin Santana pitched pretty well, though. But that's really what we want him to do. We want him to get back to that form that he had with the Angels. He's starting to learn a little bit what he needs to do to get back to that. He's not really trying to strike out players. He's trying to make them chase bad pitches. That's exactly what we need him to do. Their offense, Zobrist, Joyce, and Longoria, those are going to be the big guys. Luke Scott, also a guy who has some pop in his bat. So these guys can score runs. We need to score more runs. Our offensive lineup, the averages are dismal. This is like a high school team that you throw up against the major leaguers. This is absolutely incredible. We need Billy Butler back. We're really getting in trouble. Our offense is not scoring runs to support our pitching. Defensively, well, let's just say it leaves a lot to be desired. We need to go back to basics. That's what we're preaching to these guys. Go back to basics. Just make the play. Santana gives up a double, and then they move him over with a bunt to third base. And he does get the out here, but unfortunately he does give up the first run in the first inning. But that's not really what I'm worried about. In the next batter, he gets him looking. Don't even try. Thank you very much, son. You're done. Like I was talking about the standings, we're in first place, but the record doesn't really say that we're that dominant of a team, you know, and the Indians, that series really killed us. But Mr. Santana still dealing in the second, 1-2 count. Got him, meet high, two-seamer. Thanks for coming, bruh. Get done. So Santana showing why maybe he's gotten back into form. I'm loving it. The fans are loving it. This is exactly what I want to see. Chris Carter, the only guy who's been playing offensively for us in the last couple of weeks, actually goes deep with this one for his 7th home run of the season. And we're on the board, and we tie it 1-1. I mean, when Billy Butler comes back, it's going to be great. But it's bad right now. Santana, though, still dealing. We jump ahead to the third. 2 outs, 1-2 count. Two-seamer high and inside. Thanks for coming, bruh. Yeah, done. So Santana gets an easy 1-2-3 inning, and now all we need is our offense to produce. But they don't. So Santana, though, still dealing in the 4th. Full count. That's when you throw that slider. Thanks for coming, bruh. Yeah, done. So Santana proving why maybe this is why he was an ace at one point. I'm liking it. I'm actually glad that we brought him here to Kansas City. 5th inning, he does give up a hit, but he gets a double play ball to clear the bases. That looks routine. A couple weeks ago, you couldn't say that. So with 2 outs in the 5th, 0-2 count, Santana, guess what he does? He strikes this dude out with a high fastball. Thanks for coming, bro. You're done. 6th inning, he throws a ball and he's losing command, and that's when he tears his arm and gets elbow tendonitis, some crap like that. It's incredible. He's out for 1 to 2 weeks. I'm freaking pissed. But I have to get over it, so I bring in Crow, and Crow gets the first guy looking. 0-2 count, 1 out in the 6th, and guess what, bruh? You're done. Thanks for coming. So that's a quick 2 outs, and then he gets ahead of his next batter, 0-2, and you guessed it. Thanks, bruh. Yeah, done. Thanks for coming. So, surprisingly, Crow pitching pretty well. Maybe he can get a starting spot. And then offensively, we just start exploding as Gordon gets a double. And now we got a man on 3rd and a man on 2nd. And Hosmer now coming up to the plate, looking to make a big clutch hit. And he gets into this one. Deep, baby, that's a home run. So we're quickly got 3 runs on the board, and now we're up 4-1. Hosmer's 5th home run of the season. The fans going crazy. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Maybe Santana should have gotten hurt a little bit earlier. I'm just kidding. I don't want to jinx anything. But Crow does give up a double, and then he gives up a single, and they do get 1 run back. So it is now 4-2. But Crow, knowing Crow, settles down and gets 2 outs, and then he gets a ground ball. Escobar throws to Jamal Weeks, and he gets out of the inning. Like I said, unfortunately, he does give up that single, but he does kind of show why maybe he has some potential going forward to be a possible starter. Now, you don't want to wear Crow out. You know, you never know what can happen going forward. So I take him out and I bring in the guy who a lot of fans have been clamoring to be our closer, Holland. Now, I understand that Holland is a good pitcher, okay? I get that. But he's not our closer. I'm sticking with Timmy, but he's a great setup guy. So Holland comes in looking to hold this 2-run lead. Quick 2 outs in the 8th. Thank you very much for coming, bruh. Yeah, done. High fastball. These cats cannot handle the fastball, and he gets out of the inning. So now, offensively, 0, nada. Back to the pitching side of things. Take out Holland, bring in our closer, Collins. Everyone is booing at this point. Everyone's nails are basically gone. They don't want Collins to come in, but he's a young guy. We got to have faith in him, and, you know, at the end of the day, if he fails, then we'll start talking a little bit more. But it's still early on in the season. He may just be getting out the little kinks. So, 9th inning, 0-2. You done, son. Fastball inside. Thanks for coming. So a quick 2 outs, and then Holland with a 1-1 count gets him the ground out to Jemiah Weeks, who makes a great ranging play and fires at the first. And he gets the save. Something that we haven't really been able to say early on in the season for Collins, but he is able to get this one. Eric Hosmer came up big for us. This is really what we're trying to learn, is that it really depends on the day who's going to come up big for us until Billy Butler comes back in about a week. But great play by Hosmer. Great jack to give us the win. And Santana, man, this is hard. You know, out for 1 to 2 weeks. It could be longer. Tendonitis in his elbow, that takes time to heal. I mean, luckily we have Crow who can come in there and kind of take over that spot, but it's gonna be pretty hard to really get motivation back to our players if people just keep getting hurt. It's like, well, when will I get hurt? Maybe I'll get hurt, you know. So it is hard. It's gonna be, as I said, at least 12 days, possibly 14 days, possibly 2 weeks. I don't know, but it's not good. And at this point, I may be starting to go out and look for pitchers with durability.